to the latest instalment of Isolation Interviews from Outnews Global. My next guests are annoyingly clever, engaging, and very, very funny. And I can't quite believe they're joining us today. So without any more preamble, let us say a massive hello to Rose and Rosie.
Oh, hi. What an intro. I feel honoured by that one.
It's all downhill from here. Now, I am going to ask you obviously about your new podcast and stuff, but I've got some really burning important questions that some of my readers have sent in. And these are quite tricky and taxing, but let's dive straight in. What's your favourite sandwich?
Okay. Oh, okay. Cheese, crisps, and salad cream.
Mine's exactly the same, but with cucumber.
Ooh, nice.
Classy. And another, I don't know why all these people were sending in these questions. Okay, so you're walking down the high street. You fancy a bit of chocolate. Now, you're not allowed posh chocolate like green and blacks and stuff, which nobody really likes, like olives. You just want to go in and buy a 50p £1 chocolate bar. What's your choice?
Whisper Gold.
Oh, does it have to be a bar? I'm worried mine counts as posh, but it would be Milky Way Magic Stars.
That's not posh.
Okay, no, then
au contraire, it's actually quite common.
Yeah, it is.
Great.
That suits you well.
I love cheap chocolate, like advent calendar chocolate. I love it.
No, I'm a Cadbury's woman all the way.
Yeah, really, that's good. You're not getting any money from them for saying that, are you?
No, unfortunately not.
I wish we were.
I love Cadbury's too, and if you're listening, Cadbury's, cream eggs are my absolute favourite.
I got through 48 cream eggs in lockdown. It was the one thing I bought in bulk off Amazon, and I polished them all off, so I'm with you on that.
We panicked about, when people were in the food hoarding phase of lockdown, and we were like, we looked on Amazon for food and it was just sweets, and we were like, okay,
an essential. That's an essential, am I right? There you go.
God, and my final question from the readers before we dive in is, which of the two of you has the most revolting personal habits?
Rosie.
Yeah, me. I do have quite revolting personal habits.
I mean, do we tell them?
I mean, everyone knows I pick my nose a lot. It's because
does it just stop there?
I think I actually have an obsession with my nose. I just worry about it all the time. So
but you can't leave it alone.
No, I can't leave it alone.
Yeah, well, you can pick your nose, you can pick your friends. Now, apart from the whole cream egg debacle, and annoyingly, you haven't even got zits because of it. You wait till my age, you'll get zits.
Oh, trust me, I have.
How has lockdown been for you?
Oh, it's been really mixed. On the one hand, we've actually strangely enjoyed our town being so quiet because we live quite close to a very popular tourist destination in the Cotswolds, and it's been nice to just experience that with no one there.
Yeah, we had a lot of nice memories, didn't we?
Yeah.
We went for a lot of dog walks and had a lot of peace and quiet, so that was lovely.
That was lovely. On the other hand, we lost a baby, which is obviously horribly traumatic and upsetting.
And you went to hospital and we couldn't see our families.
Yeah, so it's been quite stressful in that regard. So I'd say it's been a real journey, a lot of highs, a lot of lows. It's something we didn't expect any of it to happen, obviously, no one did. And it's just been a real up and down journey.
Yeah, it's been up and down, it really has.
Yeah, and you're obviously, having listened to and promoted your podcast, you're obviously going for the baby thing again, which is fantastic. But don't you think you've got to be slightly bonkers to want to do that in the middle of a pandemic, or do you just accept that you're slightly bonkers anyway?
I mean, yes, we absolutely do. I thought about this. I mean, we've talked extensively about timing and when is the right time to have a child. We decided pandemic or no pandemic. Is there ever like a perfect time to have a child? Probably not. And why delay? I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. I'm hoping that things will kind of chill out regarding coronavirus, and we'll just have to see where we go from there.
Yeah, but we realised that we can't put our life on hold when like Rose said, we don't know when coronavirus, how long this is going to go on for. We don't know when there'll be a vaccine. We don't know if we're going to go back into lockdown or not. And is it right to just put our lives on hold and stop you know, indefinitely not knowing what's going to happen. I think the point is to stay sane. I think we will have to just carry on with our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. How did you decide, and you don't need to tell me what the answer is, but how did you decide whose eggs, who's going to carry the baby? Was it always a sort of, did you know this from conversations you'd previously had, or did you have to sit down and say, let's have a baby, how are we going to do it?
I think that we both had an idea. Well, originally we didn't really want to carry a child at all, did we?
Yeah,
we were so scared of it, and we'd heard horror stories about birth from other mothers who love to fearmonger, and we thought, oh no, whatever, don't want to do it. And then we decided, no, actually, we are brave enough. And it was Rosie who was like, Rose, I want to carry a baby. I was like, Rosie, I'm going to do it. So that really annoyed her, which is understandable. But then I think we both realised that because I'm slightly older and I do have polycystic ovary syndrome, which I'm quite vocal about, we didn't know how that was going to affect my fertility. And we still don't really know what part it plays, which is quite annoying in a sense. But then we decided, no, maybe I should try a few times and to see how it goes. And then depending how many vials of sperm we have left, maybe we'll just swap and see what happens. But
I think as long as we
swap that sperm around between you.
Yes, exactly.
Sperm roulette, basically.
Sperm roulette, yeah.
I went to
I once went to a party like that, but I think it was a completely different thing.
I'd like to hear more about that.
I went to a psychic before we even started trying, and the psychic said to me, oh, you're going to be switching and changing and doing different things.
But I think what we ultimately believe is if we are blessed with a baby, however we have it, whether any of us are lucky enough to carry one, whether we adopt, we'll be so happy. So, in our minds, it's not really a question of, oh, well, you're going to have it. Well, I'm not going to get the attention. It's not like that.
No, and we don't care too much about whose baby it is biologically, because we know it'll be both our baby, no matter what.
Exactly.
So we're quite easygoing,
chilled out about the whole thing, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I really can't wait to meet little Robbie, as I think.
Absolutely, me neither.
So, are you looking forward to being schoolgate yummy mummies? Which of you will be the yummy one, and which of you will be the hassled, harassed ones in stained sweatpants and babysit over the t-shirt?
Do you know, it's funny you should ask, because I assumed the yummy mummy would be Rosie with everything really together, and I'd be the one that was always constantly stressed. But having said that, when we go on a dog walk late at night, Rosie's dog walking ensemble is so unforgivably awful. She looks a state. So I can't really predict how it's going to go.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be a very extreme mix of both at the school gates and keep everyone on their toes. One day I'm going to look fabulous, and one day, I'll be in my pajamas and
unrecognizable.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to really mess with people's minds.
It's funny because my tour manager, who we always went on tour with, would say to me that he doesn't recognize me in press photos or whatever when I've scrubbed up, because he sees me looking so extensively ugly
and picking your nose.
Yes, exactly.
Like two different, day and night.
It is shocking. That's the Gemini in me, so it'll be a surprise.
Yeah, and do you think you're going to be those embarrassing mums at Nativity or school sports day, the ones standing up, getting really over competitive on sports day and stuff?
Yes. So I'm not just going to have a camcorder. I'm going to have a film crew. Whenever my performs anything with proper sound, everything, the audio is going to be perfect. I'm going to be awful. They're going to hate me.
Yeah, I'm going to find it very hard not to insert myself in my child's friendships and relationships, and just get in there and protect my child. It's going to be difficult.
Same. I'm going to be so involved. They're going to be so annoyed.
Yeah. So let's rewind. Let me just check my calculations here. 1,000 years to when you guys first started YouTube. Is it called YouTubing or vlogging? I'm a middle-aged
First of all, how old do you think I look?
It can be YouTubing, vlogging,
let's see, 1,000 years ago when we started, we didn't really think we'd end up here, did we?
I never thought we'd end up here, ever. It wasn't something you could do as a career back then.
No.
We didn't get paid, we were just doing it for fun.
Purely a hobby. Actually, it was purely used for me for my university degree, somewhere to upload all my short films, which don't exist now, thank God. But we didn't really see it as a way to make money. We didn't see it as a career path or anything legitimately, it never started like that for us. So I feel like we're kind of unique in a sense because we didn't start it trying to be famous or anything like that. Not that we're famous now, but you know what I mean.
I think we just we still can't believe it every day. I mean, it's a crazy job to do, and we just feel very lucky and blessed. And I think that's all down to our audience, because if no one watched the videos, we wouldn't, well, we could still make them, but it wouldn't be our job. Yeah. And so we're just so lucky and grateful that we have the best audience ever. They're so supportive, they're funny, they're awesome.
Yeah, and they're very loyal, and they follow us from platform to platform. You know, some YouTubers or influencers, they have a huge audience, but that audience very much stays with them on YouTube and can't really be bothered with other stuff. But ours are great. So, and we've had them, lots of them since the start too, and they've grown older with us. Yeah. So that's been nice.
What are they called? Frogs?
Literally, we just like frogs. Like before, they were called boobies for a while, which I also like boobies. But
I've heard that.
We thought frogs are cute. You know, we like frogs.
We're just obsessed with frogs,
and that's really the end of the story.
Yeah, honestly, and they're so cute. They just go with it. Like if they want to be a booby, they'll be a booby. If they want to be a frog, they can be a frog, and I love that.
Great story.
Thank you.
So, to be slightly more serious for a moment, obviously you started doing what you do as a bit of fun, and for whatever reason, mainly down to your engaging personalities, you became successful and more people followed you. And a lot of those people who follow you are people quite a bit younger than yourself, sort of teenagers and stuff. Do you feel any weight of responsibility as role models? I know it's not what you set out to do, but it's what you become, you know, whether you like it or not. Do you feel that sense of responsibility at all?
I do. I do. I didn't at the beginning, like you said, because we didn't claim to be role models, because we thought, oh God, you know, how are we qualified to tell people what to do or to suggest they do this or that, you know, and that made me quite anxious. But now I think as we've matured and learned through experience, I think it's really important to have a sense of responsibility to your audience.
I think what shifted is we were making videos for fun, and as long as we found them fun and other people found them fun, and that was great. And then I think what happened is the media kind of caught on to YouTubers, and there was some YouTubers that were, you know, doing horrible things, you know, maybe not being responsible.
Right.
And I think, you know, it shone the spotlight on YouTube and the fact that any old person could upload. Yeah. And, you know,
also, I think
it changed the dynamic a bit.
Yeah, and our audience are predominantly LGBTQ+, and I think, you know, as a member of that community myself, I have experienced, and I'm sure you have, struggles that come with that, and it's something that we can for sure empathize with. So I feel like I've also got an additional sense of responsibility to sympathize with what our audience may or may not be going through.
But I think what's important is like, we're happy if we can positively impact people's lives. We understand the importance of it all, but also at the end of the day, we are just people, just normal people. We're not like trained in any of this.
We make plenty of mistakes ourselves.
We make mistakes. We're human. And
learn
so
from me.
It's difficult because we're aware of the responsibility and we want to do our best. But that's all we can do. Yeah. We will make mistakes, but yeah, all we can do is our best.
Okay, so you're very busy people. You've just launched this new podcast. For anyone who's been on another planet for the last few weeks, the floor is yours to give it a plug.
Okay, well, our podcast is very exciting for us. It's all about our journey to parenthood as a same-sex couple, and all about really, you know, first of all, how do we go about that? Why is there such a lack of information for same-sex parents, how to start the process? And it's also personal as well. And we talk about our struggles, our journey so far, and we have great guests who we interview as well, and chat quite, you know, conversationally about what it's like to be parents for them, and how there is no one right way of being a parent.
Yeah, that's right. Know. It's exclusive to Spotify, and we are able, because of the podcast format, to be more raw than we can be on YouTube, which like we try and be as raw and real on YouTube, but it is edited. It is a bit of a different setup. So because it's like this long format where we can just talk, we kind of just
more intimate.
It's more honest. It's more intimate. Yeah. And yeah, it's just a place where we say too much probably. And yeah, we hope it's educational for people. We hope it's good for people, whether they're on this journey or even if they're not, for in the future, if they might, you know, we can give them a bit of idea of how to go about this, because we had no clue.
What you young women have achieved so far in your lives, and the amazing things that you're doing and the inspiration you're providing for young women, not just in the UK but beyond, is truly humbling. So it only remains for me to say, Rose and Rosie, thank you, and I wish you much love, luck, and happiness in the future. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. What a pleasure
that was
been.
An even better outro than the intro. Stop.
Thank you so much.